Good morning to all. Today we will see the ASP.NET basics. Has already been introduced about given an introduction about that ASP.NET in the previous lecture. Now we will understand what exactly inside that ASP.NET and how it is uh, helpful for making a good web application. So first of all, our learning objective is to understand the Microsoft ASP.NET basics. Now, introduction to ASP.NET. It's basically a kind of a very robust technology for building a powerful dynamic web application, and it's a part of the .NET framework. It is built on the CLR, which allows the programmers to execute its code using any .NET language. Preferably, the industries are using C Sharp. Otherwise, you can make use the other languages which is supported by the .NET framework as well. So it is especially designed to work with HTTP and for web developers to create dynamic web pages, web applications, the websites and web services. And also it provides a very good integration of the HTML, CSS and the JavaScript. Now ASP.NET applications are basically a compiled codes written in the extensible and reusable components in the .NET framework. So ASP.NET is used to produce interactive data-driven web applications over the internet, and it consists of the large number of controls such as text boxes, buttons and the labels for assembling and configuring and manipulating the code to create an HTML pages. Apart from that, you can have the server pages as well, and for server pages ASP.NET also provides a rich in tools through which you can create and develop the dynamic web pages. It also introduced the kind of a development related with the web services, and those web services can be consumed by the other applications for the integrations point of view. So what exactly the web application? Sometimes it is happening that the most of the students, they are not aware even about it, what are the different type of applications which are running and which they may use it in daily life. So at least to rewind it, so let's start with a kind of a different type of applications, and those applications you can devise into the different levels. One is the Windows applications, mobile applications, web applications. Apart from for the integration purposes, you can have the web services. So in web application, it's basically an application which is running over the web server and over the web browsers. That web browsers can be the Microsoft Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox and Apple Safari, etc. The integration with the other technological aspects, if we talk about it, so it also constitutes with the Java, PHP, Perl, Ruby on Rails, etc. So it is a mixture of the different technological platform as well. So I can say that the web application provides a cross-platform feature. For example, when we create an applications and you are using any kind of a payment gateway, and those payment gateway is providing you a kind of a web service, and even though you do not know about it, web services are made of in which technology. So those technologies are basically an integrations and acceptable by the all type of technological framework as per the standards of the WWW. So coming towards the web applications provide the cross-platform features, and it's use the web browsers to access the web applications. And this entire thing is developed by the Microsoft under the .NET framework. And all web applications require some web servers. So Microsoft provides Microsoft Internet Information Server to run those applications on the server side. So normally it's, as we have been already approached, that they have been providing you a different type of web pages. That web pages can be the HTML pages, as well as with the extensions of the server pages that is provided as an ASPX pages also. So HTML pages are running over the client browser, and however the ASPX pages are running over the web server. So through this architecture, you can easily understood that there is a client one browser, and there may be the n number of clients, and all the clients are working into the browsers, and browsers can be the any kind of a browsers as per the user's choices. Can be the Opera, Microsoft, Google Chrome, and all. So different type of request is been given towards through HTTP protocol using it over the internet, and the request has been forwarded to the IAS, where the applications we have been published, and there itself all the server pages gets compiled and then returned back to the browsers, to the respective clients. So this is all about related with the web applications. So why should we use for the ASP.NET? So it provides some basic features and the frameworks which we can understand. So it's extending the .NET frameworks because of it's having development tools, and also it's having some kind of a different architectural model like MVC, and also it's having a base frameworks, base libraries through which you can make very easy applications, as well as it provides you the templates like razor templates, and bootstrapping is one of the concepts through which you can develop your applications, and as well as it's provide the Angular features. So all such kind of an applications you can integrate with your ASP.NET. So it's a kind of an extensions which is provided by the .NET framework. So by using all such frameworks, it enhances the performance, and it is moreover acceptable by the market itself. And also it uses the backends, and through backend code, basically it's connect with the database servers, and all the access layers and the data access layers is to be written as depending on the software architecture. So it provides the dynamic pages and also supporting the different type of operating system on which your application can be displayed and it can be run. So normally ASP.NET provides a three different type of development styles. One is their web forms, ASP.NET MVC, ASP.NET web pages. So web forms is a kind of forms which are been created for your applications, through which GUI it is there, and you can make use your buttons for the event driven development framework. However, in MVC, it is a kind of an architecture or the pattern which you can make use of to build your application using model view controller. So the people's these are the client's choices, or the industry choices, in which technological framework they would like to go. Either they can make use web forms, either they can make use of web pages, or the MVC model. If they preferring it, accordingly they can work. So web pages is what basically it is a combination of the HTML, and you can see simultaneously the designing aspects of your entire web page, and it is basically a stable and highly usable uh, form of application. So normally it's constitutes with the web forms as well as the HTML and the scriptings. So accordingly acceptable by the industries and the clients as well. So these are the some of the differences, or some of the key factors which you can see it here in this particular table related with the web forms and what kind of skills are required, MVC and the web pages. So these all are the development styles. So for web forms, you must have an experience levels of middle level programmers and or the rapid application developer programmers, and these all are the programmers can make it the very rich library. They can have a library and make applications very rapidly. So MVC is also one of the model view controller base for developing an applications, Again, they will be requiring some middle level or the advanced people. For web pages, they may use classical ASP, or they can have an integration related with that PHP. So those people can also be and participate into this applications development. So new or the middle level can have a very good hands-on on making such web applications. So moving towards ASP.NET is working over, there are some certain parameters, because when you create any web page, so it has a kind of some stages. So that stages is called as the page life cycle. So let's go ahead with the page life cycle step by step. So it constitutes with page request, then it start, it's initialize, then it loads. So basically the page is requested, so lifestyle of those application now started. Then afterwards the page gets initializes because of with some kind of a unique controls and IDs is to be applied, and they get initialized, and then afterwards they are loaded into the memory, and entire related control system or web controls, they can be loaded into the web pages. There is still a concept called post back event handling. Basically, when you look at with example, I can say that if you are visiting a web page and you are moving towards the any other links, then you go back with the back button of the browser. Sometimes what happened that you lost your the previous records. So such kind of a things is to be handled very easily by using these post back event handling in ASP.NET. Then afterwards it gets rendered the entire details and the entire controls, and when you complete your work over, then it gets unloaded. So this all are the page life cycle of that ASP.NET. So when a requested for pages is to be loaded in the server as in memory, and they process and they send to the browser, then afterwards basically a lot of events is to be taken place while visiting your web page. Here are some list of the ASP.NET lifecycle events that you can understand. So when your page is getting started, so pre-init event is to be taken place. So you can understand that this event is raised after the start age stage is complete and before the initialization stage. So as we have seen into the last page life cycle, that there are three steps before initialization. So it is event is triggered internally, or you can say implicitly, by the ASP.NET, and uh, before going for the initialization. So the init event occurs with all the controls is to be initialized, then init complete, it's basically still for taking an input from the users. Then it is preload, it means that all the controls is to be loaded, and these are the preloaded activity which is to be taken care. And then afterwards recursively all the child controls will be raised by the event called load. Then afterwards you are having control events, the load complete. So all such kind of an events are taking place while your page is getting up, when your website is hit. Apart from that, you are having some other events like pre-render complete, save state complete, render, and lastly unload. So all these are related with some kind of activities is to be taken place by like the connection in between the database servers with the your UI, or you can have some kind of other events related with your controls. Then you can have some relation with your state management part. Then eventually default values is to be taken care. So such kind of an events is to be taken care by the ASP.NET. So this is all about into the basics related with that ASP.NET. We will move further into the another videos for the Windows controls and the other parts of the ASP.NET. But for basics point of view, these are the references links through which you can uh, take it more enlightened on the specific topics. So apart from that, you are having a references books. So those references books can also be referred for the development point of view. So this is all about it. I hope if you have any query, you can reach me at vikas.srivastava@galgotiasuniversity.edu.in. And thank you for watching this video and giving us time. Thank you.